cams, and I'm looking at particularly like Amazon. I have that as lower range. Like I have almost everything as lower range narrow without. I just wanted to see if that's what you're getting.
On which one? Or just on general?
Amazon? Yeah, try Amazon because that's
Yeah.
one that, and I just wanted to check.
Amazon. Yep. Lower range.
So when I look at the after, like if I look at the chart, it goes below yesterday's low, like after hours. So I can't remember. When does that reset? Like, because I used to always think after close, if it went below. Um,
Yeah. Are you talking about the cam or the ATR part?
I'm talking about if it's wide or narrow
Oh yeah,
based
cool.
on the fact.
So the cams recalculate at midnight, right? So that's when we get our fresh cams. As the market closes and then reopens. For futures, they recalculate. They technically can recalculate at 6 in some instances, depending on how you have your programs coded. We do everything for midnight because it fits the systems we know. So what you're talking about is regular trading hours versus extended hour trading hours, right? So we have two cam calculations that are occurring. One of the cam calculations come off of the regular trading hours. Hold on, let me put up my watch list real quick, and then I'll finish this. Which right now is only AMD and MSTR because they're the only two tickers that I can find on my list that actually have plays available. So okay, so your regular trading hours of the previous day is the open hours, right? 9:30 to 4, right? So your
Mhm.
extended trading hours is from midnight to midnight, basically, right? So if you're it when at midnight when it rolls over to the next day, right? You have two cam calculations that will now occur. The extended trading hours is high and low is everything between midnight. The regular trading hours is everything in the regular open market. If during the pre-market, now that we've rolled over, if during the pre-market you stay inside the previous day's regular trading hours highs and lows, then you use the regular trading hours as calculations. If you move outside of the regular trading hours high and low, then you start using the calculation off of the extended trading hours.
Okay, I guess I didn't realize that. I
But
guess
that
I
can include the previous day's pre-market is included in the extended trading hours, right? So those calculations are off the low. That's why when we do ATR, we calculate ATR off of pre-market low and pre-market high,
right.
right? Because
Okay.
that is included in ATR. So that's why if we move outside of that previous day's high or low, we basically start calculating in the previous day's pre-market lows and pre-market highs, or or
Yeah, I see.
post-market lows and highs into
Yeah.
the calculation, so we can get new value areas because it moved further. This especially helps you if there was like a big pre-market move and then a really choppy regular trading hours and then a big post market move. You know what I mean? You're going to get two very, very different cam sets between regular and extended trading hours.
Right, I see.
And
I guess when I used to manually calculate, I used to look at like anything after close if it broke yesterday's low, but it's not that. It's actually
it's after midnight. Any
yeah.
movement that's
Okay.
occurred on since you're in the new cam, any movement that happens out of the regular trading, like right now, like everything's probably going to be without pre-market data,
Yeah, everything is for
right?
me except Apple.
Everything will be for the most part, right?
Yeah.
Because almost everything moved. Today is going to be well within sight of its pre-market, its
And
previous day's regular trading hours, high and low, because there was such a massive move.
I see. And strangely
Yep,
enough,
with
almost
with
everything,
pre-market with Apple.
yeah, and then everything else I have is without. But it's strangely enough, almost everything right after close dipped below that day's low, which is why I was noticing
Yep.
this particular thing. But thanks for clarifying that. I appreciate it.
Yep. So like on Apple, if Apple managed to lose, one of those previous daily levels, then you could consider, the other. But that doesn't look like something we probably need to worry about on Apple. The one thing I will say about Apple, is that, yeah, it would have to go all the way below 246 before the open in order to go on to a different data set. So this one's probably going to, or this one's, yeah, it's with. So because it's already below the regular trading hours is low because it closed. You see, so that's so yeah. So because you can see it better in DOS. Let me bring over my DOS chart. See, you can see here the regular trading hours is low is right here.
Yeah.
The extending trading hours low is down here. So since we've moved below the regular trading hours is low, we want to use the post-market lows data. So that's why we recalculate and we use a different S3
Yeah, that's
and
perfect.
different
Thank you.
R3, which in this instance actually end up being, but it's pretty cool because the R3s, look how close they end up being, but it actually does spread the S3s a little bit to do that. So you can see how impactful, that can be to give that extra data to the low side. It doesn't really change the top side at all, but it gives you a little bit more expectation to the downside, which is nice. But the ideal short on here would be an R3 short. And we're not going to get a cam call on that in the system today because our ATR has already been sucked inside of S3. So we normally think, hey, it's a wide low range. So and you can still look for the R3 short. Don't get me wrong, you know what I mean. But the ATR, being up inside the selling range up here to the top side makes Apple look a little bit less ideal for me. But if it comes up and hits R3, you could think about a short. Just remember, if you do go short, yeah, ideally you're going to want to get to target before S3. You know what I mean? You're going to need to
Right.
get it by like 246 or something like that because you're not very likely to run the entire range. Unless the market gets more volatile with the new news and we start putting in a few higher than normal ATR days. You know what I mean? But that's we're more concerned about what normally happens, not what we hope is happening. So we'll just do that. Right now, I like AMD because AMD is in a lower range. It's opening under R3, and there is adequate ATR in AMD and R3 has been responding in the pre-market as well. You can see it's been holding up pretty well. So I like AMD, and then I like MSTR. Similar, actually. It's lower range opening under R3 with plenty of downside. So that's where I'm at today. It's the only thing I found so far that I'm really like as viable plays. So, I guess Mara has a play. So, yeah. So,
Yeah, appreciate that. Thank you.
low key day. Try not to. Today might be oddly enough, today might actually be a preserve capital kind of day. So just kind of keep that in mind. Market often gets really punch drunk right after these big moving days. People go, wait a minute, is it really as bad as we thought it was? Isn't there supposed to be a Christmas rally? Should we start buying? Maybe this was just a dip so we can start buying. So we gotta get a few minutes, see what the market does. 9:06. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go use the restroom real quick. Be right back.
Hey Thor, what do you think of the book map on MSTR? I see large orders above and below, similar to Tesla in the past.
Oh wow! Whoa! Yeah, I hadn't looked at the book yet. Holy blades! We got some blades. Oh boy! What is that? All right, I'll be honest. I don't know what that means. I don't really know. Oh no, we just lost our no play now. It has to drop back below R3. If the ATR stays below, the ATR comes too high on this thing. ATR comes above S3, this play loses. I'll have to watch it when it opens. Right now, it actually looks incredibly balanced, other than this insanely large order to the top side. But that just seems kind of disingenuous to me. But I don't know if it's like Tesla. I mean, Tesla, I haven't seen Tesla run away from one of these orders. So it'll be interesting to see if it changes when the open happens. They've obviously got some kind of order they stacked onto the downside as well. A lot of selling to the top side. CBD's red. So maybe they're trying to scare the price off with too many sell orders, and then they want to force it down to here to buy, maybe. Been trying to get better at using my watch lists. So right now, Nvidia's, yeah, it's not going well. Thor's list. So I don't hop around too much. So far, AMD for me is the only thing at the open that's looks like it's going to open in the right spot for me to take a shot at it.
You're looking for a short?
Yeah, I mean, that would be
Yeah.
the only play. Would be like an R3 short if we hold under 123.40. 123.40. There is a pretty decent set of orders where we've sold from right here. So, and the order book does have nice laddering to the downside. So I feel like this could sell. So that's going to be my main look. Whoa. All right, just go ahead and reload all that. That's good. Nuck is still going. Nuck is nucking foots. And a bit on the squeeze on the ES and the NQ right now.
What was that ticker that Andrew traded yesterday? That he made 120K on.
Oh, I forget.
You know, Kazoo traded Nuke yesterday.
QUBT was what it
Oh
was.
yeah, Qubit.
Yeah, that's it.
What was it?
Qubit. QUBT.
Yeah.
Quantum computing. Wow.
Yep.
Nuke was better. Nuke was better.
Yeah, I made $34 a share yesterday, but I only had 10 shares.
Wow.
Yeah, but that's kick ass though.
I'm learning to hold longer. I have to really play with that because, anyhow, I trade very small size when I'm learning something new.
Yeah, proof of concept, right?
Exactly. If I can't do it with 10 shares, I can't do it with any amount of money that's real. Like no real risk, you know what I mean? Don't risk the farm for a new concept.
Right.
But it's so stacked to the downside.
For anyone listening, don't play nuke. Like it's just at this point you're in the ether either, and
Yeah,
Yeah.
right now it's just
Prove one way or the
there
other.
to entice the late to the game to steal all their money.
Yep. I was
Yeah.
just kind of looking at it.
It was $1.90 2 days ago, and it
Yeah.
was $80 this morning. So
Holy shit.
you got all the people in the world that are thinking this is a short, and you got all the other people planning to squeeze those people.
Yeah, and everyone's gonna lose.
Yeah, there's no win here.
There's no, you know what I mean? No one's really gonna make good money on this unless you get extremely lucky. At this point, the opportunity has passed. You know, I mean that opportunity was when it was $1 to $3.
I thought the opportunity passed on the first day.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You're like, I don't have a strategy for swing trading psychopathic stocks, but
I mean, if something walks out and it's $1, yeah, put $100 in it.
well, that's the thing. That's the whole idea. That's how Gazoo does it. He has a highly controlled account that he's risking a very specified amount of money that he is more than happy if it shits to zero on him. You know what I mean? So he can do it and he can feel comfortable about it. If he blew up his account, he'd literally just throw a couple bucks back in it and get started again tomorrow. It'd just be no big deal. It'd be a thing. You know what I mean? And that's the kind of control it takes to handle this kind of stuff, though, because what most people are doing is not that.
Yeah.
Even if you threw $200 at it, like you're only buying 3 shares. Like, and the potential for downside loss, you might as well just burn your money.
Yeah.
It's so far up. It's like not even funny.
Mara's actually in a good spot.
I'm staying away from that.
So what are y'all liking? Anything else? I don't know. I mean, all I can find is these.
AMD is the only thing kind of,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
But
like Mara's in the right spot. But
I have potentials for Tesla and Apple, but
I got a question, Thor. I downloaded the new the beta version that you for Thinkorswim,
the new Hawkins.
and most of them say no PCP play, but I'm looking like at Google and Amazon, and they're like under R3. What's the reason?
ATR. So like if you're watch like if you're looking at if you're looking at the Apple or which one did you say? Apple?
Amazon.
For instance?
I was looking at Amazon
Or
and
Amazon.
Google.
Amazon or same thing. So look I have the ATR guides on. So if you looked into the downside, see where the ATR. I need to really change that color. What would be a better? I should do like a bright green and like a bright red. Actually, I think that would be kind of cooler. Let me change that real quick. Beaker. Let's do. You have like a bright red. Doink. and low. We'll do like let everything load. See if it works still. All right. Oh yeah, see, that shows up a lot easier. So you can see here, see where our downside ATR is? So for me, my target for an R3 short is S3. And right now, based upon where the cams are at, right, in order for me to get to S3, I would have to exceed ATR. So the play is not going to call it because the ATR is a requirement. We don't want to just get shorted R3. We want to get short and have a good sense that we can get to a target. So right now with PDC and monthly R4 in the way, what's very likely to happen is we could actually come down here and hit right in this area and then go into a counter trend, basically coming all the way back up to R4.
Question. So the top of that ATR, that red line, is it supposed to be pre-market high?
No, it can be.
So
it can be at pre-market high, but it won't always be. The ATR to the high is calculated off of pre-market low. So wherever the lowest price is, from the lowest price up is the ATR. From the highest price down is the ATR.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Gotcha.
Yeah, so because pre-market range includes ATR is included in pre-market.
Gotcha. So from pre-market high, it calculates the low, the ATR low, and then from pre-market low, it calculates the ATR the high. Gotcha.
Right, because ATR is calculated from pre-market high and pre-market low. It's included. Like if you do a 14-day look back, that's going to include those values. So we factor those in the amount of, so like if you're looking at TOS, when TOS has its ATR value, that's calculating off of the high and the lowest price of the pre-market is where it's calculating, where we get those from. So for instance, if you start off at $220 and that's your pre-market low, and then you go up to $225. Even if you open at $225, you're going to open within $1.50 of your ATR extension to the top side, right? So like for instance, on a day like today, you would never want to play a breakout from R4 on a day like today, regardless of all of the ranges that we know it's obviously not. But you wouldn't want to, right? Because you're going to slam right into your ATR. This is the reason why we don't play breakouts on lower range days, right? To the top side, unless it opens above that area, because now you're already deviating ATR. So, whatever, something weird's happening, it makes it different. But in this instance, what we'd rather do is, ideally you would want to go short somewhere near R4, but that's in a lower range. And by going into R4, you start getting too high to start considering shorts. So at this point, you know what I mean?
Understand. Would it be valid if maybe you're able to get a 30-40 cent stop in where to hit a 4 hours under $2, which is way before that ATR low?
No, well, so certainly, you know what I mean? I certainly would not have an issue. So like if it did set up short here, and came to R3 and you said, okay, if I go short here, I can get a target before PDC or something like that. And so would you consider that still valid? Absolutely. You know what I mean? I think that's fine. I'll just, if the trade, comes down here, hits PDC and it comes off and your target was down here and it doesn't work, I'll just remind you, hey, ATR was in your way. You probably didn't want that trade. So, but I mean, the thing is getting the amount of movement you want. Like Amazon, for instance, think about going short here. You're going to go right into PDC, then right into monthly R4, and then right into what will likely be the ATR low for the day, right? And you haven't even gotten into the buying range yet. You know what I mean? So it just for me, it God, why is there no Andrew? I don't see him.
What is your typical stop on AMD? 50 cents, 75 cents? I know you want to put it on the high of a day, but like you won't go above like what number?
Say it one more time.
So like if you're this AMD is gonna, set up for you, like what do you think is gonna be a stop for it? Like how much are you willing to risk? 50 cents, 60 cents, 75? Like how much no more you're willing to go? Like there's no point to make it $1 because then you need a $4 run.
For me, I'll know more when it gets there. So for me, if it sets up here and overshoots or stays around it pretty closely, I'm gonna go above high of day. Will be where my stop will end up being, right? I'm gonna want to get it above high of day, right? So whatever that ends up being. So for me, the main thing I think about, and this is I kind of almost reverse engineer my stops this way, is all I'm really concerned about is can I get to a target before I get to here, right? So if I got in here, if I could get a 4-to-1 by there and have my stop be up here, I'll run my stop way up there. Like I like giving myself as much room as possible, as long as I've got distance between me and ATR to hit my target, right? So, but if I look at it and I'm like, that target's going to be down here. If I try and run that, then I'm going to go, okay, well, I got to choose this level. If I don't choose this level, then I can't hit a stop. So now, or a target. Now that's where you start making some, when you're looking at the system, where, when, and how. I prefer to actually reverse it and go how, when, where, right? So for me, if that starts to look too iffy, right? Where, okay, if I go short here to get to my target, I'm going to have to pull my stop too close, then I won't take the trade, right? I'll just wait and hope, and it's literally just a hope because I have no idea, right? I'm going to hope that it pulls back up a little higher and gets closer to R3, throws a signal there or something, that it still looks like it's going to roll over, and then I can tag it a little higher and get my RVR where I still want it above 124, but now get the so instead of getting in it here, and my stop being there, if it gets back to here, then I can hit it with that same stop area, right? But now my RVR actually makes sense, right? So now it'll be like, okay, now it's in the right spot. Check. Does it still look like it wants to distribute? Yes. Okay, good. Do I have orders to the down? Yes. Okay, good. Looks like we're in. We've got the distance. Fire away. You know what I mean?
Got it.
I also like, Mara also might be fun today too. So. All right, let's see. Personal store. Mara's right at R3 right now at the open. Not for long. If it goes any higher than R3. One other thing I've been looking at, and I'm just going into the open too, which is pretty cool. I've been noticing that a lot of the times the tickers will turn around before this gets sucked inside. Like it'll get right next to S3, and well, if they're gonna go R3 to S3, they better get short right now, right? So even like it'll overshoot a little bit, and then you'll notice this gets right here, and then as soon as that's right there, it like goes like that, and then. It's been really interesting watching how ATR plays against the cams. So here in Andrew.
AMD just started selling.
short, unfortunately. What a lot of volume right at the open to the buy side. A lot of big buying there. So at the open, I mean, it was mostly selling that got absorbed. But I want to see this thing get up into the right spot. If it does, so far I'm liking it. I like our ladder to the downside still actually looks very nice. Dang, it doesn't look like it's going to go up any higher than this. Come on, AMD. Don't go without us. Get up here. Can't get it here. It's not close enough. Although it's coming, it went right to the 50 and came off the 50, so that might be it. But dang it, that sucks if it is. It just didn't quite get high enough for me to feel comfortable taking a short. But hopefully, it's the open prices here. Maybe it'll hold up and it'll still bounce, and we'll get a shot on it. Mark just exploded. MSTR has this wild order up here. Big seller absorbing the price here at the open. Still waiting for AMD. MSTR is right at that R3, right? Still holding up under the open price. It's looking more interesting. But I don't know. I just hit ES just hit R3. Here goes AMD. Come on now. I shorted AMD.
Hey Thor, I popped in.
Where's your take profit?
I ran my stop above 123.50 just to give me a little safety. So I got to get a move.
Or I popped in a little late. Why didn't you like Tesla this morning? The
No
ATR
play.
issue?
ATR, yeah, ATR didn't fit.
the ATR was in, I guess, inside of S3 because for the R3 shorts.
Yeah, exactly. So, not that it's not like, again, like I said, it's you can make a kind of a yes, come on. Come on. I also hit the ES short at R3 when it came up to R3 without. I had a limit order just sitting there. If it came to R3, I just hit it with a bracket. I'm going to go ahead and pull my stop in on that one. If we get a big rally, I'll get out of it. Because it's not, it's kind of sketchy. You know, it's not, yeah, I love it. Whatever, just leave it. Come on, AMD, baby. Be good to me. NUKK halted to the downside. All right, if I lose this one, I'm going to feel pretty good about it.
Don't say that.
No, I mean, it's just like I kind of have a mentality with this stuff. Like when I feel really good about my execution of my entry and stuff like that, it's at this point, it's almost like gambling for me. You know what I mean? I can't really control. Like, I did everything on what I thought I could do based on the system, the play, and the way the book looked at the time I got in. So if something changes now, you know what I mean? It's not my fault. You know what I mean? It's just the market. So no matter what happens, as far as I'm concerned, this is a winning trade for me, no matter what happens.
The volume's pretty low on that pullback, so.
Oh,
Yeah.
it feels good. It feels really
Yeah.
good right now. I'm all
Super
about it.
low.
We're coming back to the open price. We came back to it on really low volume,
Tested it.
right? Just a really super weak sauce pullback. It should make a
Yep.
new low here and start selling.
I went in on the 1 minute low, so my target is 120.80. So I got to get under that 121. But
There's the new low. You gotta get it through the 121. Right on.
yeah.
It feels good. The order book right now, like if you're looking at the order book, I actually like having my chart kind of laying over bookmap a little bit sometimes to get rid of a little of the historical information, because then you can kind of see more of like what it looks like right now versus what it looked like 5 minutes ago, right? And you can see right here all of the good order structure. Look to the top side, very lean. All the good order structures to the downside. Whatever. What a gross squeeze that was. Like, what was that even about? Like, what kind of volume was that? Nothing, right? Meh. Still looks better. Squeezing it back up here into the open price. They're going to try and squeeze some shorts.
I missed. I was watching NQ off of R1 that night.
Don't be cruel. All right, back to WeWap.
We
Still pretty weak ass buy.
yeah.
I still don't care. It still feels right.
I can just two candle this thing like easy.
Order book structure still feels better to me to the downside. I still feel like we're selling more easily than we're rallying. This feels distributionary to me. So you can even, it's like, see here, like if you're just taking an average of the candles too, we have our one large, very, very large high volume candle, obviously, but it did not move the price very much. Especially if you consider this next candle that happened afterwards was a very large engulfing candle on a lot less volume. That made this candle look very disingenuous, which is what made me want to short. Then we did the nice inverted hammer here. Inverted hammer, volume was elevated, right? Look how low the rally candle was. Look how high the inverted hammer was. That is a very solid VPA signal between the two of those. So, and then here we got the new low, very large sell. And then we continued selling with volume, higher elevated volume than basically any other buy candle other than the inverted hammer one.
There
Right.
it
And
goes.
then as we pull back up, look how the volume, yeah, baby. I told you. Look how the volume pulled back up on weak sauce volume and then sell.
Yesterday's close.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. Give me one big drop to 121. Come on. Come on. Get it. Get it. Hit it.
I had my 3R.
Yeah. Boom.
Got my 3R.
Get some. Hello,
Good
sir.
morning.
Oh, yeah. All right, that's exciting. Hold on 1 second, and I'll pop over to Google. Oh, look at this thing go. Oh, yes. Oh, nice. Good for you. Right in. Oh, okay. Hey, all right. Make it work. I like it. All right, here we go. trade short? Oh, apparently I've been shorting AMD a lot from R3 because I have a lot of those in here. What's the date today? 17th, 18th,
19th.
19th. Thank you. 19th. When I screenshot, I have like a format I put them all in so that I can find them later. Great.
When you look at the NQ on or MNQ on Bookmap, it really highlights the range that it's stuck in right now.
Yeah. So trying to find a trade on it.
Oh yeah, I wanted to get that on. For the record, I just want to highlight this right now because this is like super. The AMD was the only ticker, right, that I was really like eyeballing today. I threw a couple of oddballs on, but AMD, even from the pre-market, was like the one where we were just like, you know what, this is the one that looks like it's gonna do the thing. Hold on, I want to do it. So, and sure enough, it was the only out of all of the players, it was the only one that had a really clear, easily defined play that fit the ATR and everything for me. So I focused in on that ticker, and boom, man, so helpful.
I barely got filled, but I hit my 4R on AMD.
Beautiful.
Nice.
I don't know if you can hear the smile in my voice right now, but
Well, you had 2 trades today, right? You had
just
ES, yeah,
yeah, I'm still holding an ES short
Oh.
on my funded account. But either way, I'm a winner today now.
and then that's MES, right?
MES. Yeah, whenever I say ES, I don't
Yep.
ever trade ES. I'm
Gotcha.
a baby. I can't afford it.
Come on, you should do full size 10, and the other
Dude,
one.
I still trade like 4 contracts of MES, man. But you can make, I mean, you can make $800. You know what I mean? With only 160 ticks on on 4 contracts of ES. I mean, that's only, and that's we're running that in the ATR all day every day right now. You know what I mean? Just about. So, or
When
we're
did you
almost
short it?
I'm short from right at R3.
Or-
59 6,000 basically.
Huh?
Bracket order I moved my bracket order down now. So if it goes through break even, I'll take it off. But it looks like we're gonna start selling now. But my bracket order was about, I think was right above like 6,007 or something like that.
Nice. That's beautiful.
And then so my target's 59 and a quarter.
59. Right, so below the Wii.
How many points is your target on ES?
160 ticks or 40 points.
Which is $200, right?
$200.
Yeah, that's what you.
For 4 contracts, $200. So it's when I get in, it's a 20, 26, 40. Hold on. 160 ticks, 40 points. So yeah, it's a 10-point stop with a 40-point target. I'm sorry,
I've been
I'm
running a
horrible at
5-point
math.
stop with a 20-point target.
Thank God for ATMs, because I mean, They do so much of the heavy lifting for me. It's stupid.
What are you thinking about MNQ right now? Feels like it's gathering.
I mean, we were in a selling range. You know, right? Even though the only reason I don't have a play here is because of the ATR deviation. If you ignore the ATR, it's an R3 short all day. It opened under R3, it squeezed back. Or I'm looking at ES, obviously. It opened under R3, it squeezed back to R3. It found volume at R3. It's selling better from R3 than it's buying. It was a selling range. Big sell yesterday. Bad news. We should be short.
What?
People are going to be looking for longs right now. They're going to die.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish that MNQ came higher to R3, and it didn't. And it's choppy.
Now this will just be the question. We're kind of getting near. So the issue we're going to have, like, let me flip over here. Look at the ATR high, by the way. Look how good this crap works. Oh, I just love it. I just love having this stuff. Let's see. Hold on. All right, sorry. I had an email from someone. They're on the wait list and they're number 2 in line. And they're like, when am I? They DM'd me, when am I going to get in?
Yeah, I was there. Oh.
Look, right here. Look, topside ATR on the ES from pre-market.
Yeah.
Look at that shit. Sorry.
Wow.
It gets me so excited. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. Just look at that stuff. Yeah. I mean, dang. Isolated pivot right at the ATR extension. Low. R3. Get some. You know what I mean? I don't know why. Something right now is happening with mine at the open. When it opens, I lose. I'm losing my boxes on the futures now. And it loses the PCP when it loses the boxes. I don't know what I've got going on, but it's only on futures. But as soon as it opens, I lose my boxes. So
great. I just imported all that information, and I was having the same problem, and I didn't want to bring it up because I figured it's something I'm doing wrong.
Nope, must be me. Oh, come on, baby, let's go. I need 59.59 and a quarter.
Forget that quarter.
Yeah, I know. That's the ATM strategy. It's so stupid. You know what I mean? It's like so arbitrary. Like, oh, why not just 59.60? Wouldn't that be smarter? Yeah, I know, but then I don't make exactly $800. Which is stupid.
All right, so it broke what has been trying to.
Come on, let's have 2 targets hit today, man. It'll be friggin' awesome day. Man, I'm so stoked about AMD. We've been putting so much work into and I know y'all probably don't, you know, realize how much like behind the scenes, like back and forth talks and concepts, extra meetings and stuff like that we're having trying to make this all work in the platform. So like today I think is the best day with this I can ever conceive of, because normally before today would have been a day I definitely would have had a struggle of a day hunting 5 or 6 different tickers trying to figure out what I wanted to do. But on today, the only ticker, because even once the open came on my watch list, if you look at once the open came, MSTR actually went too high, and it invalidated the rule because when it went too high, it sucked its ATR in too low. And then Mara still potentially could offer a play if it comes back up to R3 right now. So, but basically the only thing out of all the different tickers that still fit was stinking AMD. And I was actually on it. I was actually watching it for it to come to R3, waiting for it to get to the right area. Saw it absorb here, hit short here. Could have done the new low. It would have still worked, but man, that's really freaking cool. Oh, yeah. Pow, pow, pow. That's some good trading right there. I love it. I feel good about it. All right, I got 5 minutes till my sesh. I'm gonna run and grab a coffee. I think because what do I need? Caffeine, right? But fun morning, everybody.
Are you doing your 11 o'clock thing today?
But of course.
Already.
Yeah, you got it, man. I'll see you in a little bit. Bye. Clap for myself.
Hello? Hey, can you hear me? Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, you're live.